So just to give you guys a tangible picture, when me and Dan talk about mindset, these are the things that we're talking about: building, forging, practicing, and enhancing. Things as simple as patient, being present, being deliberate.
It's really interesting. So you talk about mindset, and it's like most people think, and look, I'm not a runner. I barely run. In fact, when I did the proving ground, I think I haven't run a mile since high school. I'm not, that's not me at all. But mindset, it really wasn't. And I learned this in the proving ground, and many people who said they were runners and stuff, they're like, it's mental. It's fit. Yes, of course it's physical. Your feet are going like this and your body's banging around, all that kind of stuff. But it's all mental. You have to have a mindset to get it done. And It's like, Angie and Dallas are big CrossFitters. And so, and they talk about it too. Like, you got to be just mentally ready to experience that tough workout and get through it. And it's not how strong you are, it's how mentally tough you are.
And mindset is very, very simple, guys. Let me just give you real quick the three pillars of my mindset that get me through every ultra marathon, that have got me through my marriage, that have got me, Dan, you've heard these before, got me through any hard thing I've ever done in my life. But it's so simple. That's just the way my mind works. The first one is being patient. Being patient with three things: that process that we're all enduring, right? Being patient with our teammates, the people that you're surrounded by, being patient with yourself when you screw stuff up, because you're going to screw stuff up, but you got to be patient with yourself. Being present. When I won that mid-state mile race last year, it came down to me and one other guy, Greg Armstrong. Greg ran for the American National Ultra Running Team. He had a resume that would put mine to shame. I didn't think I could beat him until a single moment. He came to me when we were about, I don't know how, 90 miles into this race or something. And he said, Chad, we got 6 hours till we reach 100 miles. I just looked at him and smiled, because I knew in that moment that victory was mine, that he could not beat me anymore because he was no longer present, right? I was focused on the mile that I had to run in that moment in order to stay in the race. He was looking 6 hours or however many hours ahead at what was potentially coming. All right. Wow. And I knew in that moment he couldn't beat me. And there was actually a physical response to that. When he overextended himself mentally, his body started to shut down. And he got to the point that he could no longer even walk, and he collapsed across the finish line. Being deliberate about not only your actions, the things that you actually do. In an ultra run, if I'm not deliberate about my steps and I step in a hole, or you're not deliberate at CrossFit about a box jump, and you slammed your shin in the side of the box, or you twist your knee wrong, you're out of the game, right? Yep. That's me, man. But also being deliberate about your words. You want to be elite, you make these little bitty changes, right? Something like that. Being very conscious and deliberate about the things that you allow to come out of your mouth. Not only was this proven in combat, in ultra running, this is biblical. Being deliberate about the input. Hyper aware of what you're allowing to come in. So not only what's going out, but what you're allowing to come in. All right, that's extremely important. Those are the three things that have forged, that I guess those are the foundations of my mindset, right?
And it's so interesting how being patient, being present, and being deliberate in your actions, your thoughts, your intentions is such a good parallel for being sober, right? For recovery. Because we do mindfulness at Elevate, and we get people to stop and be present and, become aware of what's going on, stop the race in their head and all that kind of stuff. They have to be patient. They all want to get into rehab and get out 2 weeks later and go on and live with their life. They can't. They got work to do. They got to be patient. It's going to take a while. They have to be deliberate with how they communicate with their family. It's got to be different. They've got to make amends. They've got to, they got to own their experience. And so I think the three pillars are just so relevant for running 100 miles at a time or more, but also, living a life of recovery. It's those things are like the foundational tools of success.